This is Radio Free Tron episode 849. I am Brian Kilby. With me here this week, we have Don.
Hello.
Matt.
Hello, how's it going?
It's going. Rob.
Hello.
Chris.
I'm always last.
No, you're not. Diecast is not here. Sympathies to Diecast's father passed away this week. But I believe he's also traveling for work as well, which sucks. But his father lives on a different continent, so I don't know if he'll be able to go to the service. Depends. I don't know what he's doing. But our sympathies go to Diecast either way. Yeah. Man, there's I have Friday off to do the PulseCon.
Me too.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, whose fault is that, Don?
Yeah, I know. I was telling my boss about that. I think he was like, oh, okay, I don't care. And but I just kept going with it. It's like, yeah, I said, I don't care. Just take it off. But what I'm going to be, it used to be 2 days, and now it's half a day. I don't care. Just take it off. Okay? So that was that was fun. I've in the past I've tried to keep the stuff under wraps and not talk about it so much because it's not like I talk about it a lot. I normally don't mention it. Other people have to mention it to me before I bring it up. But it happens a lot that people bring it up. And Dusty from RPG Lessons Learned sets away from me. So he's always over and talking about it. So it's like a topic of conversation. So but yeah, I guess my boss doesn't find it as fascinating as he did a year ago that I do this stuff. But yeah. So Matt's taking it off. Rob, Chris, you're going to be watching. Don will be following along on the Twitters or something.
Yeah, I'll be at work.
I'll probably catch up on all of it once I get up.
Well, I'll be there.
Yeah, do we is there going to be anything that we will learn?
We'll probably get some things that haven't been leaked yet anyway, like the rest of the stuff in the wave with animated Bumblebee and animated Voyager Optimus Prime. We haven't seen anything else out of that yet, I don't think.
We've seen pieces
parts of Windblade.
But there's still 36 hours to go, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, and let's see here. That is Legacy United. So that was... I was going to say it as you wrote it. Well-known Transformers site Screen Rant gets exclusive reveal of Transformers Legacy United animated Optimus Prime Bumblebee. So packaging is very similar. Logo is very similar. I have to say, I really do like this Optimus Prime.
Yeah,
looks good.
It looks pretty darn good. Was happier with Bumblebee until I saw how much clear plastic is in it.
Oh, Lord, yes.
Which is a lot.
Bumblebee's okay, but Optimus is the winner here. He's also a Voyager.
I'm actually more excited about the repaint get out of Bumblebee.
Wasp.
Yeah, I'll pick up a Wasp if they do that.
Yeah.
I don't even care about Cliff Jumper. Do some of the characters that were in the background, like Glyph and Tap Out.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Please, finally, get me those toys in Generation some way. I beg of you.
I'm holding out for a G1 Glyph made off of the Origins mold, though.
Got a lot of clear plastic in this Bumblebee.
Yes, so much clear plastic. Oh, God. Why? Why do they keep doing this?
So they can release a buzzworthy one in 8 months that has all opaque plastic.
Yeah.
Well, okay, then I just won't buy this one.
Right. Well, you've arrived at where I was 3 days ago.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to buy this.
Do we feel this captures the essence of animated?
The Optimus does. The Bumblebee I'm not really feeling.
It's the legs. It's the legs, I think, on Bumblebee that are just a little bit off.
The face doesn't look right either.
What you think, man?
I'm thinking the thing about the Bumblebee is what a lot of people have mentioned. The face doesn't look like it was supposed to go on that body. The body was kind of like there's someone else built into that figure, and the Bumblebee is what they're doing first. I know the mold is very animated Bumblebee. I know, and I'm there's not
Like they
many-
nailed the car mode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did. It's
Yeah.
just something about that head doesn't look like it's supposed to go on that body.
I think it's the overall proportions. Like animated Bumblebee was a really slender body with kind of a big head for his form, and this doesn't have that.
Yeah, it doesn't match like the design aesthetic for animated.
Like I would honestly be all down for this, except for the materials they chose to use.
Yeah, the problem with this is that they did not respect the way animated Bumblebee transformed, which even in the animation, if you watch the detailed extended transformation stock footage, he literally has a fake car hood for a chest in the animation model. Like that's just they adapted that faithfully from the toy design work. And the problem with this is that they're using the actual roof and windshield of the car to be the chest on this. It's throwing those proportions off. It's requiring a lot of clear plastic that really doesn't otherwise need to structurally be there. So it puts the black stripe on the wrong side of the toy. Like they could have done a lot better nailing the proportions and the resemblance to animated Bumblebee by doing the fake car hood chest. Make the robot torso not be part of the car parts. Bury that stuff in the legs and make that bulk up more and fill in. Like none of it looks quite right. Like from the overall build down to the details of the face. Like you could tell they were working from animated source material to do this, but I don't even know how to describe it. Like they just are like 2 degrees off to the left on everything on this.
Yeah, ignoring the fact that it's an animated Bumblebee, though, like in robot mode, looking at how the leg transforms, I'm not exactly certain how it transforms, but like the leg doesn't look like it's sandwiched on top of each other, like they often are. It looks like it's more contiguous. I actually kind of interested to see how it transforms. I think I like that better than a lot of stuff that they've released recently. The upper torso is fine. The more I'm seeing it, the more like the head does sort of feel out of place.
Mm-hmm.
Like the robot mode is very much a legacy aesthetic. Vehicle
It's an animated head thrown on a Generations body.
Yeah, you could use that body for IDW Bumblebee very easily.
But it looks like to me, it looks like other than the clear plastic, it looks like a good legacy body.
I might look into that. I'm with Matt. I may look into that if they do a buzzworthy version that's all like real plastic. But no,
I'm gonna get it.
I can't do it.
I like it. I don't love it. I love the Prime, but
oh yeah, the Prime is great.
Looking at Optimus, it feels weird to see that Bumblebee right next to it because they got Optimus so right. Bumblebee just is so not what it should be.
Like I get the vapors a little bit seeing vehicle mode. Optimus is like that. I mean, they nail like the animated look in that. Vehicle mode looks great too. I mean, pardon me, the robot mode looks great too. And it looks like a really
because
nice...
they use solid plastic for his chest. And
but
the windows are blacked out.
But it's like a really nice amalgamation of the animated style with like legacy aesthetics. I mean, they really nailed that. I can't wait to get my hands on. I'm hoping like that has a Brian's Toy of the Year contender on it. Honestly.
And we've already had a listing leak for that Prime being retooled as animated Motor Master here.
Oh.
Nice.
Gimme.
So you've got some options there, or some multiples if you like.
January 2024. That may be a long year without a toy that tops that. Man, that's exciting. What else we have going on? Oh yeah, so more Bumblebee that was leaked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, in hand with like size comparisons and stuff like that. It's small. It's like similar to what's the Earthrise Cliffjumper size.
Okay.
You know, it's a small deluxe. But I mean, that gets it to scale with Prowl correctly. Probably the Optimus they're doing. I would like to see them try to take another pass at a bulkhead using animated as the basis instead of prime, and actually like get the look and proportions right.
I mean, I could see him doing it because that bulkhead's almost 2 years old already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's see.
And it's specifically prime as opposed to animated bulkhead. So yeah, I could see him taking another stab at it.
Yeah.
It's not out of the realm of possibility.
PulseCon is what runs from 11 to
11 until
5,
3:30?
3:30. So it's right at 4 hours basically, but it's going to start with the Transformers panel at 11:15. So
we get 45 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I think the Power Rangers Memorial Bathroom break is after that.
Yeah, Power Rangers gets
20 minutes
of 20 minutes. Also, Magic the Gathering gets 20 minutes, so that's probably not like a great sign for that.
So I
thought Magic got 25, or maybe I did the math wrong.
There's another one, 85. I don't think it was Magic.
But even then, with Magic, I mean, it's a card game. How much can you have to go off?
I suppose.
It feels a lot less doom and gloom than say the Power Rangers, which we already know is losing the Lightning Collection for at least a year.
I think the Dungeons and Dragons panel was the 25-minute one.
Yeah.
I thought they said something about Ghostbusters. There's nothing about Ghostbusters.
There's nothing about Ghostbusters, which is probably another reason why it's a one-day stream, because this year we don't have Fortnite, we don't have Ghostbusters, we don't have starting lineup because that died a brutal, quick death.
I don't think anything happened with Ghostbusters the last time they did one of these either. G.I. Joe's at 2:30. So I'm gonna have to suffer through Power Rangers and Star Wars and Magic.
You have to suffer through 20 minutes of Power Rangers, and honestly, I think you're not going to suffer nearly as much as Power Rangers fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, My Little Pony. Is My Little Pony dead?
It's
dormant.
Yeah, because I don't think G5 is really taken off. You know, with the recent redo. I don't think it's taken off with a lot of fans. Everyone's too hyped on, Twilight Sparkle's generation. So I don't think it's doing the gangbusters it used to, but who knows?
Let's see here. What else we have going on?
Not a lot this week, unfortunately.
Transformers Trunk or Treat kit. Help lure children to your car with candy.
You can't tell me that's inaccurate.
It's literally what it is. This got bid in the news the day before yesterday, something like that, earlier this week, and I immediately pre-ordered it. It's already available for pickup, but like I had it shipped to me, and I can't wait to open it up. This actually may be what I decorate my desk with at work.
Okay, that's an interesting alternate use for it.
Instructions: carefully remove the die-cut pieces from the rolls. Oh, these are like fat heads.
Oh, like fruit roll-ups.
Yeah, here they included 3M double-stick foam tape to the back of the die-cut pieces. Attached to your vehicle. Okay, that's the instructions. Okay, well, I'm not doing that. Don, actually, so that's at Target. Don, speaking of Target, in pre-show we were talking about this, and I think this is important. There is a deep discounts at Target going on right now. They do these every year. What did you see?
Now, again, your mileage may vary, but the Death on the Shuttle Dull Surprise 2-pack for my Target was marked down to $39. Other people have reported it on Twitter as down as low as $29. All of the Marvel sets, the Doctor Doom, Photon, Thor, Destroyer,
the 60 years of Avengers.
Yeah, that wave is marked down half off. The Marvel Legends Mark 1 Iron Man that I just got 3 weeks ago is marked down to half off at $14. The G.I. Joe, the Scrap Iron with the missile launcher, with the missile platform that just came out less than 2 months ago, marked down to $29 and change. That's the only Joe figure. Although some people have reported finding the Tiger Force Dusty marked down to half with the $12.99, but not at my local store and not on this batch of markdowns.
So that's just the stuff that's like immediately relevant to like us. At these, there are also tons of just toys. So I can't wait to go. This is how I stock up oftentimes. Again, this is like an annual clearance they do for Toys for Tots. So this year, I mean, stock up early. I mean, it's already.
It's actually not that early. It's almost October.
I know
Yeah.
it's approaching the end of September. We'll actually be starting our Elf on a Shelf Warmer promotion here in maybe next shows. Maybe we're starting early. Go to Target if you have a Target local. Go to Target, check stuff out, see if there's any especially good deals. Sometimes there are especially good deals. Like, I mean, things for like younger kids that might be $2 or $3 that are normally like 10 or 15. I love just loading my cart up with that crap, and then I don't mean crap, but that stuff, and then taking that for Toys for Tots. I mean, and again, I don't want to go into my normal spiel with Toys for Tots, but it's incredibly important. There are kids out there that don't get anything at Christmas without the generosity of strangers. Take the time, look around, pick some stuff up, put it in your cart, and then put it aside for donation later this year.
There was one thing, Brian. It's not really what we collect, but like on the Star Wars figures, there's Star Wars fans. There's 2 Boba Fett's that came out in the 3 3/4 inch scale.
The funny colored one.
Yeah, the comic and whatever. They were like $25 to like $15 now.
Nice.
So I mean,
Reasonable.
yeah.
It's also worth, besides looking for clearance stuff, to stock up Toys for Tots donations. At right now, the latest wave of Legacy Evolution is starting to hit targets in the U.S., so that's double reason to go. Go try to find your Trash Masters and your Detrituses and Strong Arm everything, and also go look for the clearance stuff, the Transformers, and all the donatable stuff too. Plus, if they're doing clearances on their current round of exclusives, that probably means we're going to see that Troop Builder 4-pack start to filter into the stores pretty soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
So in our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord, mentioning Elf on a Shelf Warmer, Eric said corpses and clearances. And I have to say, November 1st, like when they're clearancing stuff out at Spirit Halloween, that's some good shopping. It really is.
Corpses and clearance sounds like a weird alternate version of Dungeons and Dragons, and I just can't figure out how that would work.
Or a third version of Ghosts and Ghouls.
Ghouls and Ghosts?
Sure.
So, yeah, actually, last year I bought up a lot of Christmas stuff during the Spirit Halloween clearance sales. It was pretty amazing.
Is that where you got your Chris Michael Myers from?
No, I bought so certain things sell out like nearly immediately, and like the animatronics sell out quick.
Yeah.
So I got that like as soon as it went for sale, and it wasn't at Spirit. It was at a national big box retailer, and it was I was very pleased to get that. It's been very sturdy, and those things like that are back on the shelf right now. So I might need to go check and see what's out there. There is a Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre that looks really cool that Spirit Halloween has. So, let's jump to what we got this week. Running early, but that's fine. Don wanted to go last. Matt didn't
really
have anything.
Nope, nothing.
So, Chris, you wanted to?
Yes, I specifically asked to go first.
Okay.
So I'll start with the lesser important thing. I've got Nova Prime from Hasbro Pulse. I got this Thursday last week, I think, and opened it today because that's just how I roll with stuff I'm not like super excited about. Honestly, I was actually planning to cancel this, and they charged me for it before I could get to pull the order. So unfortunately, I have a Nova Prime, but like it's fine. Like I like the Galaxy Prime, the Galaxy Convoy remold of Siege Ultra Magnus more than most people, I think.
More than me.
I don't necessarily like all of the changes they made to this. The new wings are not being super well in vehicle mode with the overhanging cannons. At least on my copy, like pushing them both inward toward the center line. They won't sit straight over the vehicle like they would on Optimus. But like besides that, everything pretty much works the same because they didn't like retool any of the functional parts of it. Thankfully, none of the white plastic came discolored out of the box that I can tell. Hopefully it stays that way. It's not a bad representation of Nova Prime. The new super robot head they put on it looks really nice, and unlike say a BotCon one, it's actually the right proportions relative to the rest of the toy. Because I feel like people will remember the BotCon 2015, I want to say, souvenir Nova Prime, which was based off the 2013 Orion Pax mold, which had the teeny tiny little head on it because of the fins they wanted to put on it. Just classic memories of BotCon retooling jobs gone wrong. Although when BotCon got retooled parts right, they got retooled parts really right. Like Kickoff in 2012, what's the name? Clench from the 2010 set. Like they did good stuff too, but like most of what we remember is the little like eraser sized heads they had to put some deluxes because their reach exceeded their grasp.
Rampage.
Anyway, that's exactly what I was thinking of with that example. Yes. You see, the classics never die. But yeah, I mean, Nova Prime is fine for what it is. I would love to see Nova Prime get like a fully unique new mold at some point. I think like it deserves a little bit more than what it got here. I do like the Siege and Earthrise Ultra Magnus like basic skeleton and engineering, and this application is not the worst of it, but it's not like the best effort for the character. And unfortunately, like short of popping pins to replace parts, I don't see how I don't see how an upgrade kit to really like try to do it justice would work, because the wings are the main thing people would want to have replaced to be bigger and like maybe articulated, and I don't really see how to get that to work on this toy. So I think the potential there is unfortunately pretty limited for like DNA or anyone. Yeah, I do kind of wish that I had gotten to cancel the order in time and pick this up on discount from Amazon at some later point, or discount from Hasbro Pulse, but it's fine. I'm not like mad at it or anything. It's just, it's not as good as I wish it could have been. Besides which, the Ultra Magnus engineering on that toy just kind of starts to feel awful when you handle something like, say, Studio Series Ultra Magnus, which I got today.
What?
Bad.
What?
Nice.
So I have to actually give some thanks to Josh Wheeljack64 for this. When Big Bad was converting their pre-orders late last week, they had a few go up in stock one at a time from, I guess, orders being canceled or payments failing, and he pointed one out to me when it went up in a DM, and I was able to grab it. So
it's up right now.
That just okay, well, even better. Yeah, so I got that today. Been messing with it for most of the afternoon. The first thing I want to point out is, like, in photos where Ultra Magnus looks like really comically wide across the shoulders, you do not see that in the toy in hand. I don't know why the photos come out that way and are misleading like that, but like, to look at in hand, the proportions are not nearly so weird. I mean, it's a little wide across there, but like in the photos, it looked like Bruce Timm drew him. Like, it was just ridiculous how exaggerated it is by the pictures. I gotta say though, like, sliding the tray out of the box for the first time and seeing robot mode there, like, I was impressed at how big this actually is in robot mode. It is like solid and beefy. There's some good weight to it. Like, this is not an expanded hollow toy. Like, you can feel the Commander class mass to this the whole way through.
So it is your father's Autobot. Okay.
Now, Chris, I watched a video on that last week, and the shoulder compression, the shoulder compression and the cab compression look to be absolutely phenomenal. Is it as impressive as it looks on video?
The cab is interesting because you literally turn the whole thing inside out to transform it.
Yeah, you don't see any of the white cab in the robot. It all becomes red panels on the.
Well, I mean, you do from the back a little bit, but like, yeah, most of what you see, most of the surfacing you see from the front is red. And like what's white from the back doesn't look out of place either. Like the colors are balanced well for what has to show through from one mode to the other. In truck mode, they do a really good job of hiding all of the non-white parts that aren't supposed to be there. Like there's the red bumper, but like all of the super robot mode parts are hidden away very well. The head could be hidden a little better. It's just kind of hanging out there underneath the truck. But like, you know, unless you're picking it up and turning it over, you're not like seeing it there underneath the wheel line or anything. But yeah, one thing I'm really impressed with too is the light piping in the eyes. So like it's colorless clear plastic, and then they just painted clear blue over the front surfaces for the eyes. And like those eyes pick up light so well and just glow really, really brightly. It is a really good light piping effect.
Nice.
The likes of which we have not seen in ages, I feel like. You know, I always go back to this as like an example for general greatness in a Transformer, but like Fall of Cybertron Starscream, it had the light piping be like effective like this, where any light in the room, it would just, those eyes would start glowing like it was haunted. It was wonderful, and this is almost that good. The articulation on this is very, very solid. There's two places where I wish it had been done a little bit differently. So the main thing I wish was different is the like outward movement of the shoulders, because that is just a riveted hinge joint. There's no ratcheting or anything in it, so it's just the friction of that hinge holding up the weight of the arm if you want to raise it up to the side. And on my copy, the arm can kind of hold up its own weight on that joint. But if you put one of the rifles in the hand, it's going to flop back down. It can't really support any further weight than that. It might be possible to like feed some floor polish or something into that hinge, maybe. But like just a couple ratchet clicks on that would have been so helpful to if you wanted to have the arm like out at full extension, because you can't really do that effectively with the way it is. I was thinking too when I was first messing with this that like, okay, maybe that's just like you know, a mechanical joint not meant for articulation. It's just for how the toy has to work. But no, I could not identify any like purpose that has in the transformation itself. So like that's kind of one bad design choice on this, I think. The hip joints could go either way on this. The forward motion has like super, super soft clicks to it. And that ratcheting, I don't think is really enough to catch and hold the leg against its own weight, really. But that also is kind of a positive because you don't have like really specific stops along the path of travel forward. So you can do more subtle posing with the hip joints, and I appreciate that. And these joints will hold up the weight of the leg, which is not insignificant, I will tell you. So like it's not hurting it to have those soft ratchets. So the boon to posability is probably worth any like sagging from jostling toy if you've gotten an extreme pose. The outward joints are ratcheted a tiny bit more, but again, that joint is pretty tight, so you don't really need it. I did, one of the first things I did was to pop the chest and see the spring-loaded panels open. Unfortunately, it did not explode the matrix out with them. I was slightly disappointed with that. I think you'd probably have to, you know, reset up a little bit to make that fly out when you open those panels. Either that or like refit it with a little spring behind it. That might be a fun little project to do for someone.
I have a spare Trypticon leg spring here.
I think that might be a little too big. So one thing that I was worried about when I took this out of the package, I immediately noticed that Ultra Magnus's ears were missing. Thankfully, those are just included in the accessory pouch. Unfortunately, while they do have a cylindrical peg to fit into the sides of the head, it's not a 5mm peg, so you can't do any like shenanigans with Ultra Magnus's helmet. I was slightly disappointed with that from just a general chaos perspective. The pegs seem to be a bit of an irregular size too, maybe like 3.5 or 4mm. So you're not really going to find anything like unusual to put in there like with your Transformer stuff already. I would have had a lot of fun putting like Junkion parts on Ultra Magnus's head, though. I gotta say that's a missed opportunity.
As far as accessories go, does it come with his birthday?
It does not.
I was wondering if we could get a conclusive.
No, you have to go and search for that yourself.
Okay.
I will talk about the accessories quickly though. So it comes with a repeat of the blast effects originally from Omega Supreme. So that's the stack of like 4 rocket exhaust pieces. Where Omega Supreme had those sprayed over with black to look like exhaust plumes. This is sprayed over in like glossy gray, which as it goes to further and further pieces, the spray gets lighter. The effect I don't think is quite as nice as some of the other spray effects on the blast effect pieces, but it's not too bad. I'm not sure if it's going to like get the intent across of like a rocket launch effect from one of the shoulder launchers, but like it's better than just like the plain unpainted like we see with I think Skylinx's was completely unpainted, so it's got a little bit more detail on it, which is nice. There's also 2 extra pieces of that blast effect, the very tip ends. There's 2 extras, so you can have the full blast effect stack that came with Omega, and then have extra pieces to put on both of the guns. One of the guns is Ultra Magnus's like normal rifle, like the kind we saw come with the Earthrise version, and also a smaller version of it came in the Red Cog accessory pack. And then there's the smaller gun, which apparently is based on the one he picked up from inside the Autobot shuttle on the planet Junk. So just a little bit to pad that out. And then, of course, there's the shoulder launchers with the little removable tips. That's 5mm. You can plug the blast effects into that and plug the missiles in the front so it looks like it's launching. Transformation on this was an interesting experience. So, like, I struggled with it for a little while because the instructions, once I finally like broke down to look at them, were not explaining some of the moving parts very well. One problem I don't think is any user error is that when you unfold the sandwich shoulder panels to make the front of the truck, the front of the trailer, where you would think that they would be like straight up and down when you've extended all the hinges and be square with the back of the trailer, they kind of don't. They kind of bend inward a little bit, and I can't find a way to make them not do that when everything pegs together. I think part of that is because the deck, the structural piece that they're all attached to, is a nylon part. We've seen similar things happen with large nylon pieces like that, such as with Thrilling 30 Blitzwing. So I think that's just an unavoidable result of that. It does not affect the sturdiness of the trailer in any way, though. So, like, you're not having, stuff fall apart because of that. It's just, if you're particularly OCD about your lines being straight, you're going to have a slight problem with this if yours works like that does. The other problem I had was at the very back, on the boots, there are 2 hinged pieces that tab the back end of the upper deck in. Well, those slide along a little track. They slide about 1/2 inch from one side to the other. You have to have them in one position for robot mode and the other position for vehicle mode. Instructions do not reflect that fact very well at all, in my opinion. So I was trying really hard to figure out why, when everything else was lining up perfectly, I could not get the deck to tab in where it was obviously supposed to go. I eventually did notice that those pieces moved, and that made all of that come together much better. So, like, those were the main problems. The other thing is the knee joint. There is a second sub joint underneath the knee that you have to bend and tab in and it's ratcheted. You have to do that to get everything into the right position for the front end to tab together. That is very, very hard to move from going from robot to vehicle mode, and it's actually harder to get from vehicle mode back to robot mode. It has to tab in at both ends, and it takes a lot of like really specifically placed force to get that to engage, and even to get those joints to start moving at all once they've been set in position for either mode. But like once that's all together, once you turn the truck cab inside out for whichever mode, like all of it comes together and holds together pretty well. The cab of the truck could hold on better. It is removable. Now, while the instructions do show, and theoretically it would be possible to transform the whole toy without removing the truck cab, I don't think in practice you're ever going to accomplish that. Do you remember Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus? The cab on that, there was a little like stopper piece underneath the trailer hitch, so the cab couldn't come off unless you unscrewed that and removed that piece. Which, you know, anybody who's got the Perfect Effect upgrade kit for that mold family will be familiar with that process.
Yep.
This does not have any kind of stopper like that. So if you pick the truck up with the cab on there, odds are the cab's just going to fall off. And there's so much like moment of having to like force a joint to click in or something. Like you're going to shake that truck cab off of the toy while you're transforming it. You know, maybe after breaking it in after several transformations, the parts might move a little bit freer, and you might know, you know, where and when to hold the cab better to keep that from happening. But like, I think just expect to not have the cab stay attached during transformation. Also, the way the cab works, Ultra Magnus's head is on there, Ultra Magnus's chest plate is on there. It's like, I'm not sure if some company like Perfect Effect were inclined to make another replacement truck cab that could turn into a robot for this. I'm not sure how they would be able to actually execute that without like a lot of add-on parts forming to replace the super robot parts with. Because I don't think there would be a way for them to incorporate that and have a transforming white Optimus Prime cab. Like, I just don't think there would be space to make all the work. That said, I don't think this needs a transforming truck cab. Like, this is, you know, super cartoon Ultra Magnus in robot mode. The truck mode is a really, really nice redo of what the G1 toy looked like, I think. I'm really happy with how that came out. If I was going to nitpick one thing aesthetically about it, I think the trailer might be a little bit too tall compared to the height of the cab. But like the way they have the transformation designed and the proportion of some of the parts needed for robot mode, that's kind of unavoidable. But like the really important thing is, despite the difficulties I had during transformation and some of the unclear parts of the instructions, like when I got into truck mode, the trailer is sturdy. It can hold itself together. It can hold some weight. We've seen a lot of pictures of like deluxe and even small Voyager vehicles being put on it with no problem. The robot mode is very sturdy, very solid, very posable. The only problem with the way it's jointed that like doesn't have a potential beneficial effect is just the rivet hinge in the shoulders. All the rest of the joints are ratcheted pretty nicely. The hips are tight enough; they don't need the ratchets to be that strong. Like, there's not really a lot I feel like there could be to be dissatisfied with this. Like, we were talking about this in the Discord as I was going through it for the first time, tfradio.net/Discord. I was highlighting the problems I was having just to kind of like get that out there first. But, you know, I was kind of giving some of our people concerns over whether this held up to the standard of previous Commander class toys. And I really think it does. Like, I was thinking specifically, I didn't say this in the Discord, but I was thinking, like, Rob will like this better than Rodimus Prime because the transformation's a lot easier and less fiddly than that. I know, Rob, I don't believe you were bothered by Rodimus's, you know, half being in the trailer and the robot itself being small, but, like, you know, for the people who are, you know, this is like a Jetfire or a Skylynx, but you've got the big, massive robot mode that is just the one piece. I actually like Ultra Magnus better than I liked Motor Master. So, you know, this is... I don't know if Ultra Magnus is my favorite Commander class toy. I think I'm always going to go to Skylynx. But, like, Ultra Magnus is, if not, like, above average, like right in the middle. There is nothing wrong with this, and like it could do a few things to make me like it a little bit more, but I sure don't hate it or anything. I'm actually very happy to have this, and I would be happy to never buy another Ultra Magnus again.
Nice.
Yeah, not buying another Ultra Magnus again. It's going to be really nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a point for this being my last Ultra Magnus.
Mm-hmm.
So did you buy it during the show, Brian? Do we take a drink?
Yeah.
Please tell me to take a drink.
Yeah, take a
Okay,
drink.
good. Thank you.
Take
After all
another
this
one.
talking, I'm
Take
very
another one
thirsty.
because I bought it during the show as well.
Actually, the last Ultra Magnus I buy will probably be Shining Magnus. Because it'll be the next to last.
Okay,
Delta Magnus doesn't count.
Yeah.
If they redo this as Killing Jar, I'll buy that.
You got Don's attention.
Yeah.
Right? Those two magic words, Killing Jar.
So what do you have to top that, Chris? Nothing.
No,
Good.
those are the only two things I got.
Okay, cool. Rob, do you get anything?
I got one thing. It does not top that by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a ham sandwich I'm pretty pleased with. I got another one of the Gundam GMG figures. Those are the 4-inch G.I. Joe scaled figures. This one is a just generic Xeon military member in the uniform as opposed to the pilot suit. I did not have one of those yet. And the figure by itself is usually, those run about $40 to $50 new, or original retail. And this one came with a motorcycle and was $35 off of Amazon. So
Wow.
yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. And
Tell me next time.
it may still be there. I will send you the link if I see it. But
Thank you.
yeah, that is the only thing I got this week. I just need like a standard Federation uniform, and I probably got as many of these as I ever want.
Yeah.
Cool. Don wanted to go last, so I'll go next. So I mentioned in the show I got that Trunk or Treat Transformers kit. I also got Nova Prime. I am not a fan of the Galaxy Convoy. What the heck is Don doing? Don is showing off some skin. So
Sorry,
podcast listeners, you'll just have to suffer without
I'm
knowing.
sorry.
Imagine,
Sorry.
yeah.
I thought I saw something move behind. I thought I had a critter down
So
here.
you're trying to entice it with
No. I
flesh.
thought I saw a critter down here, and it wasn't be Hank because he's upstairs, but it was way the shadows off these new lights.
Oh, Don was trying to intimidate it by making himself look larger.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
So Nova Prime, I don't like the Galaxy Convoy. I it's just emblematic of the things that I don't like about trying to redo a lot of these characters, especially from early on when like it's a leader class toy or whatever that's massive. I like this a lot better. I have not transformed it. So, full disclosure, I'm dealing entirely with the robot mode. But I think it looks a lot better than Galaxy Convoy. It looks different. I mean, I'm just a fan of it overall. So
That's one of those things I would probably get just for robot mode and maybe never transform at all.
yeah, I mean, I have no desire to transform it. The robot mode looks fantastic. So,
I had a lot of trouble remembering how to build the trailer for that. Yeah.
so last week
I
Matt
haven't
got
messed with that mold. Sorry.
Yeah, last week Matt got Armada Optimus Prime, the commander class. I got it as well. Have not really had any time to play with it. Haven't transformed it yet. So I don't normally buy knockoff stuff, theft. But I didn't know that it was theft when I bought it. I was curious. I assumed it was theft, but I didn't know. So Chinese site Temu has a lot of stuff, and a lot of times they're generic looking things. This was it didn't say. I don't think it said which toy it was, but it looked like Studio Series 38. It is when I got it. It was in a plain box, and it's YS04, whichever one that is. It is a knockoff Studio Series 38. It's actually really nice. I already have the toy. Wasn't really going to buy another. Just curious what I was going to get. So this is going to go on my desk at work. So, something I mentioned planned to show last week, but completely forgot about. Something I was super excited about. I've been looking to buy boxed. I'd love to have it been sold boxed, but a boxed Mirage for a while. This one popped up on eBay Marketplace. He is. It's in the box. Looks like the retailer put a peg hole in the middle of the Transformers logo. It doesn't bother me that much, but the package otherwise really crisp and tight. So it's complete minus his shoulder cannon, which I have like 2 or 3 shoulder cannons laying around. It's a pre-rub. And I was going to say, well, I can just put like a new, a different one in here, but actually, this one is nicer and cleaner than I think any of my other Mirages, except for the G1 Chinese issue that I have, the test shot for that. So, yeah, I'm very pleased with this. So this is going to go on my shelf, and like if I was going to like thin my collection down to 5 pieces, G1 Mirage would be in there. So very happy to get that.
Very nice.
Yeah. I thought I would have this last week. I didn't. It is, though, it's a box, Japanese, D43. Blitzwing. I don't know. My brain wasn't working. So, yeah. It's missing the sword. I've got another sword laying around that I can throw in there. So a couple things I got from John DeLuna on his eBay sale. He's selling a lot of his vintage stuff. You should definitely go check it out. I'm not going to give out his ID. I don't want to do it on the podcast, but he's that John D everywhere. And if you follow him in certain places, he'll link out to his eBay auctions. And he's getting rid of vintage stuff because he's wanting to focus on new stuff. And I'm like, I'm the exact opposite. I care less about new stuff. I want to focus on vintage stuff. So that works perfectly. So these aren't sealed. They're cut with a razor blade, but a stink bomb.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pristine other than the cut. And I mean, he was a basic class figure, but like if you look at the price, which is at least deluxe now. This was originally $4.76. Original retail, not clearance. And Night Glider, also Transmetal too. Same.
Oh, that's a great figure.
It was always one of my him and the Japanese version in that teal.
Yeah. So they'll look nice on the wall. Also from John's eBay, I got BotCon 2002 Cyclonus sealed.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
And
That is beautiful.
gorgeous.
Oh, that looks great.
Yeah,
it is gorgeous.
I don't think your webcam is doing justice to just how purple that thing actually is, but yeah, that is wonderful looking.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm super. Stormjet was the original toy, right?
Jetstorm.
Jetstorm.
Stormjet was the Jetfire looking.
The deluxe,
Yeah, from the deluxe, for KB.
Yeah.
That was very, very hard to find. Yeah.
That was the first convention toy that ever made me jealous that I didn't have it.
So I didn't go to BotCon. Was that Cincinnati? BotCon 2002?
Oh.
I think it was. I'll look it up real quick. But I didn't go to that BotCon. And I didn't actually buy BotCon exclusives until 2010. So BotCon, what does it say? BotCon 2002, Fort Wayne. Okay, so Indiana, back to the home base. So, but yeah, so I didn't go to that one. I don't know that I've ever even come across one of these in person. There were no comps on eBay, so very happy to get that. So, very pleased with it. I love John Luna. I love that man. He is my hero. John, I love you. You're awesome. Thank you. So that, I believe, is what I got this week. I do have something cool coming next week besides Ultra Magnus. Don, what'd you get?
Alrighty, got a interesting mix this week, like always. Picked up a third Steel Clan robot. I found a seller on eBay that was doing them for $30 and free shipping.
Nice.
So I now have 3 Steel Clan robots for a total of $65. Retail would have been anywhere from $100 to $110 at retail for all 3. So now I've got plenty of Steel Clan robots to go with my armored Xanatos. Off top, it's related anyway, I've got 2 G.I. Joes. Today, Snow Job came in from Tots.
Oh, neat. I don't think I have Snow Job yet.
Yeah, I got Snow Job. Look, he's got a lot of gear. Looking forward to opening him up, putting him with the Arctic theme set that's being slowly coming out.
By Zach Galifianakis in the Ballad of G.I. Joe music video.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
It's worth checking out.
One of my other more on topic is Make Toys has somehow resurrected from the grave. We don't know if it's old product being sold by other people, if it's Make Toys selling stuff that's old product, or they're selling stuff, making stuff and from older molds and doing it at a reduced cost to get capital. We don't know. But for $64, I was able to get another of the contact shots, the point blank.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And because I have one, but point blank is my favorite target master. And
Rightly so.
And this is one of Make Toys' most solid releases. And I wanted one for both vehicle mode, and if one breaks, I've still got one, because these cheaper contact shots are not going to last forever.
How much was it? How much was it?
Well, I said that to say this. I needed a little more to get the free shipping from the seller on AliExpress. So I got, this is a KO. I didn't know they were KOing them. It's the Supreme Cobra Commander that I think was the SDCC. I believe that's what that one was, with the black and red with the
It was some kind of exclusive.
yeah. Reminds me of the Wonder Twin box from DC Universe Classics.
I forgot that was a thing. I've got
Yeah,
it.
Anyway, so that's a knockoff, and so is your contact shot.
Well, we don't know. We don't know if the contact shot is a knockoff or not. But this was $20, and it got me over the free shipping threshold, and it looks really good. So there's that. Plus the box is fun. On topic, I got from James off Facebook. He's a big fan of the show.
Hey, Don, real quick. I want to say your knockoff contact shot wasn't topic, by the way.
Okay. Well, I was
Sorry.
trying to
The knockoff contact shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
The unknown.
No, we're pretty certain. We're pretty certain of the fact that Make Toys didn't authorize it. It's just like, how it came about otherwise that we don't know.
Whoa, that is a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
That's
that was
why-
like twice that much, like 8 years ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the knockoff contact shot that Don got from, I've heard of other people who've gotten that knockoff contact shot. The quality is really, really high, if not identical to the original.
And they were really high quality. This was $80 right here, and originally they're like what, 140, something like that.
Yeah.
At least,
and
yeah.
at
Nice.
140, that was a steal for that figure.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah. So James bought some of my items that I had on my Twitter sale.
Oh,
And he lives in Canada, and he's a fan of the show. If he gave me his screen name, I do not have it in my messenger
Okay.
because it's Facebook, and I don't use Facebook that much. But he made for me because he feels that I bring a lot to the show. I respectfully disagree.
You do.
I'm not sure,
do.
but I
Yeah,
do sometimes.
Absolutely.
Don, we
People love you.
But he took a Dark of the Moon sideswipe and redid it as RC.
Nice.
Oh, that is cool.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
And he did a custom head.
Wow.
Oh, that is
Right.
great. I love that. Very nice.
I love it. It's sort of like a Catra mask from Princesses of Power. It's that same kind of mask kind of look. But yeah, I just got it today. Shipping from Canada is a crapshoot as it is. But he painted it. He added the highlights, the more, to make
That's
it a little
awesome,
more
Don.
RC. Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is super awesome. I appreciate it. I would give a shout out on the screen name, but like I said, I don't know if I can't find it if he gave it to me. But that is going to go in a very special place. I super appreciate that. Raz at Raz on Twitter.
Madam Raz?
No, not Madam Raz. On Twitter, bought some of my items. But we worked out. He was going to buy a few things. We worked out a trade. I had an incomplete Titan's Return Windblade, no swords, just the headmaster and her. And I traded for the 2 of the 3 figures from the second Jungle Battle set from Target that has apparently not hit yet, or is hit and vanished. I don't know which. So I got the deluxe class Air Razor
Oh.
because I watched MGo's video, and this is so much more different than the Studio Series. This has some innovation in it that I like.
Is that a drink when Diecast isn't here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
still a drink.
That, and I also got from the same set, the deluxe class Mirage.
Ah, cool.
Now,
Is there a wheel missing from that, Don?
there's 2 wheels missing because he says the wheels are extremely prone to pop off because you know how Pterosaur had those clip wings that would pull off really easy.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of clips.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
It's the same. It's the same kind of clips. Yeah. So they popped off when he was trying to box it. So he said, "Don't worry, it's not broken. They just pop off really bad." And I said, "Yeah, I know that from the Pterosaur." So now I have 2 of the figures I wanted from the set. I don't have to worry about having another Bumblebee I don't want, and he got the wind blade. So
nice.
I think that worked out. I think that worked out pretty good. I got Titan Nemesis on the Amazon sale. I got it at $179, and I had about $10. Well, I had about $10, and then the next day after it arrived, it went down to $149. So I contacted Amazon.
Yesterday I saw this. Yesterday I bought this. Today I saw this.
Yeah, well, Circuit City ad.
Yeah.
But but they did give me a courtesy refund because it was like within 2 days of each other. So I got the Nemesis for about 150 with 150. I don't think I would see her much cheaper for a while longer. So I thought that was a pretty good
an
saving.
Ollie's purchase if I had to do it over again.
Yeah, I was about to say, keeps Don from rolling the Ollie's dice, so I get it.
Yeah.
I want to like that toy, but I just can't.
Right. I picked up off of Amazon, tfradio.net/Amazon, Earthspark Grimlock.
Oh.
I watched the video beforehand. He is the exact same transformation as Cyberverse Grimlock.
It's the same toy. They just remolded it.
Yeah, but I like the way this looks. This looks a little bit more like he should, although he still has that Earthspark flavor that I like. One step closer to Mandroid. I don't really care, but yeah, I got him. I'm really looking forward when Nightshade comes in. Really looking forward to Nightshade. And after looking at diecasts, I found Toy Dojo had this for about $20 to $30 cheaper than everywhere else. I got the Mastermind, the reformatted, the Cheetor and Rosanna.
Oh.
Because I never really liked this set as Rewind and Chrome Dome because the IDW version didn't really mean anything to me. But I always like getting another Rosanna. And that Cheetor as Transtech Cheetor / Cybertron Cheetor, I think really works for that kind of vehicle mode. So, and again, he was about $20 to $30 for than everywhere else who had him, or was it a sorry. So I picked that up.
Don just injured himself here on
No,
the podcast for you.
My phone holster got caught in the back of my Hardee's chair. My good old fashioned reliable free chair that I got from Hardee's.
Don, did you know that Nightshade is up on Amazon for retail right now?
Yeah, I've got her.
Chris, what did you say?
I was asking now if you knew Nightshade was in stock on Amazon for retail, but you just put that in our Discord.
Well, now mine is on order, and it says later on in the October is what it said when I did the pre-order. So there's that. Decided to go ahead and get Leader Class Dreadwing. Decided to go ahead and get him because it's a really great mold and I love these colors. And everyone was sold out, and then it popped in on Amazon at retail without worrying about it.
I've had that one for months and I've never opened it.
And then I got Nova Prime yesterday, so I have not had a chance to open it. But I love the box.
It's wonderful.
The box is definitely, it's definitely a very nice look on the box. And that's all I got this week.
Well, what we got this week saved the show.
Yeah.
So
I kind of figured to go on about Ultra Magnus for a while.
Well, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So I want to thank our patrons at patreon.com/tfradio. Patrons get an ad-free version of the show and get the podcast a day early at a higher bit rate. A weekly Patreon exclusive pre-show podcast. I need to go back and post the last 2. Unedited episodes of RC, like if the edits are worth listening to, like me cutting out people talking over each other, not so worthwhile. Patrons get both versions if there's like something too hot for TV that I cut out. Hot 5 podcast a week early, and again, I'm working on getting that stuff posted. Patrons at the Touch tier get to be on Hot 5, and Touch patrons get to be mentioned on the show each week and listen to that tfradio.net/credits. So, I want to thank said patrons: Kevin Dorsey, AJ, Eric Griffin, Tyrell Gwynn, Rick Mahurin, Ryan Bona, Emmett Stresovich, Rabbits, Hector Bones, Ness, Joey Russell, Sean Williamson, Spider Bob, Jay Klein Rye, Sean Hamilton, J. Bowen Lucia, Sean Bratton, Jason Hiley, TJ Petrucci, Hyper Shouta, Rock Brandt. Thank you all so much. Speaking of Sean, I wonder how he feels about his auto grouper that he's got. I saw him talking about it in Discord a while back.
Yeah, last week, I think.
Yeah. So want to thank all you guys. You're awesome. Also, we have our Amazon link at tfradio.net/Amazon. You can literally buy anything.
Like Nightshade.
Like Nightshade, and a little bit will come back to help us out. We would appreciate that. So, you can find all of our stuff at tfradio.net, like literally all of it, going back for years and years and years.
So many years.
So many years. You can find me on Twitter at bkilby for the time being. I did undelete my account because I am going to work on posting some sales, and I have thousands of followers on Twitter and like 100 followers on Blue Sky. So I'm going to cast the net wide. So, and I need that net as wide as possible because I'm trying to get rid of crap.
Sean says he's waiting for the Target 4-pack to make a display.
Oh, nice. Cool. tfradio.net/Discord. But I'm also on Blue Sky, which is where I'm going to try to post most of my stuff. That's at Kilby. I don't know how else you use it. Yeah, just Kilby, Kilby. John Owen not here. He is at that John D everywhere. Rob Springer not here. He is at Robo-Rob Springer on Twitter and at zonebase.org, and it's getting time for a new episode of Transform Squadron. I imagine that probably in the next week or so. Diecast, again, not here, sending our condolences his way. You can find him at Diecast2 on Twitter and at Blue Sky.
At just Diecast. Yeah, he is Diecast2 on Blue Sky.
Yeah,
that's right.
Diecast2 is his thing. He's not Diecast. He's Diecast2. In fact, on the
it's
podcast,
his brand.
It's his brand. We should just call him Diecast2 on the podcast. I don't know how to convince my kids, though, to start calling him Diecast2. The fact that they don't think it's weird to call him Diecast is
That's because they're kids.
Yeah. Maybe I should get them to start calling him Diecast2. Huh.
Make up a story about what happened to the first one.
Yeah, the first Diecast was lost at sea.
We ordered a replacement.
We ordered.
Gonna need a new diecast.
Really good likeness.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So, Chris, how do people get a hold of you?
I'm Chris RTXV on Blue Sky and Mastodon.social. If you want to see the works I've done on the internet, they're collected at playwithphotography.com. I have an Amazon wish list that helps our affiliate link business, tfradio.net/ChrisList. There's all kinds of things on there, like old TV shows that I want to rewatch over and over again forever because I can only enjoy the things I enjoyed between the ages of 8 and like 25.
Amen. Right there with you.
There's also toys on there and probably things also that are neither toy nor TV show, though I'm struggling to think of an example of that right now. But if you want to just, throw some material kindness my way, that's a great way to do it. And look, I'm forgetting something, but probably not. So we'll just wrap it there.
There's nothing on there that's not a toys or TV, so I just checked.
Okay. Well, thank you for fact checking me.
Yeah. Rob.
Okay, I am on Blue Sky at robflails.bsky.social. That's allegedly connected to my YouTube channel Flail Throughs. Right now, I'm just using it to talk with, people I know about toy stuff generally. But yeah, I'm enjoying Blue Sky. It's pretty laid back compared to Twitter, and I'm glad I got out while I could. But if you want to see what I do in my sparish time, youtube.com/flailthroughs. I'm still covering Gundam Battle Operation 2 with occasional bits of Armored Core 6, which has been a lot of fun and very hard. But like what I'm doing over there, patreon.com/flailthroughs. And I also have an Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/playlist.
Donald.
I'm reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EVR. As I mentioned last week, I have been given a Blue Sky invite. I don't know anything about it. I have
Do
no
you
idea.
have an account yet?
No, I
Then
have the
worry about it
invite.
later. Then worry about it later. You can't do a thing. We can't do a thing with your invite, Don.
I know. I'm just saying I'll eventually get there, so I just gotta have time to sit down and do it.
Don, just read your invite code out on the podcast.
Yes. Yes, read it.
It's 8675309.
Okay. Matt.
At Melvar at bsky.social. That's with 3 L's and 2 R's.
Awesome. Cool. Okay. Apparently, we'll be back next week. We'll see. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's ominous.
We'll actually have stuff to talk about next week. It's post PulseCon.
Yeah, hopefully
Recording stopped.
Hopefully that will result in something for us to talk about.
I just wanted to mix it
One
up.
way or another. One way or another.
I'll be honest. I'm kind of more interested. This is going to sound
I want to know
strange.
your Blue Sky code.
I'm more interested in what they're going to show for Joe than I am the Transformers, as far as the exclusives and stuff. I'm just wondering if we're going to see another.
I'll start to care whenever they show off Crystal Ball and Raptor.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if they're going to announce the next HasLab since since everything's wrapped up.
Better be a Sky. That'll never happen.
I suspect if we're going to get a HasLab announced, it's about the right time to do the next Transformers one. So
they will probably do that to coincide either Toy Fair or New York Comic Con. I would assume Toy Fair because
that 27 stream, if they're doing it again. I think that's where we got Deathsaurus last year.
Oh yeah, that's
so
possible.
With the last 2 Transformers with both Victory Saber and Deathsaurus, they did it with about a week left on the Marvel one.
Yeah. So
I remember this because that's how I got Galactus, because I found out Star Saber was going to be cheap, so I could get both.
Okay.
There's a box Sky Havoc on eBay. I hate this person. Okay. So what do we think it is again? The next HasLab?
Devastator.
Are we all agreeing with that? I'm not married to that.
It makes sense. I'm not excited for that idea, but it makes sense. Part of me would like to see them use a HasLab's potential for like a really nice Metroplex with like Autobot City options.
See, I'm torn on that. You could do Metroplex and or Fortress Maximus right through HasLab, but then you would never get repaints of them.
40th anniversary. 40th anniversary of G1 is 2024.
Devastator has repaint. Devastator has baked in repaints, but it's all just Devastator. It's not another character. So I don't think they would have a problem doing Devastator and not getting a repaint out. Plus, it's one team that's all in the same colors, and they wouldn't have to spread it out over 2 years.
That's also a good point.
And they said they're doing something to celebrate the 40th anniversary. We know it's not going to be anything Japanese.
And it's not going to be an Optimus Prime.
It's not going to be an Optimus Prime. So Devastator as the first combiner, the combiner that everybody knows, is where I'm leading.
Maybe this is how they'll get us like a really nice updated G1 Megatron that turns into a gun. No, it won't be because they still can't do that.
No.
So there's nothing from 1984 that they would do as an exclusive. They're not doing Optimus Prime. They're not going to get us a gun Megatron. Unless they get us a gun Megatron.
Shockwave?
Shockwave, was that 85?
He was a second-year toy, but I mean, so was Devastator. Was
that's why I'm curious. Not saying
they didn't say it was going to be a first-year toy. It was going to celebrate the 40th anniversary, so it's going to be something that everybody knows.
Titan class buzzworthy Wheeljack.
Yes.
6-pack of Missing Link Seekers.
Oh. Don't even do that.
Ooh,
Oh.
like a mini bot, like an Estrella mini bot set.
Oh,
God.
if we still had a real BotCon, like I would want that to just be an exclusive for 1 year. The Anteca or one of the other South American minibot redeco types. Like just all of those toys in a set together.
Yeah. I mean, and with the new fucking deluxe class mini bots they're doing, that'd be wonderful.
Fudging.
We
We're
are
not
still live on
recording.
the internet.
We're not
streaming,
recording.
though.
Oh, sorry.
The new fudge. I did drop a heavy swear though, like pre-show. So not.
Did
I
you?
don't normally. Yeah, I said something. I said GD.
Okay.
Out of
I didn't notice.
exasperation. Yeah, I noticed it.
Honestly, keeping me from dropping heavy swears for as long as I have is an accomplishment. So.
Yeah.
Hey, so what about Soundwave?
We're getting Soundwave as a leader next year.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Which will probably be like a Voyager class sound with a bunch of cassettes, I'm hoping.
I'll
take it.
at a leader price point now, it's very possible it'll be the Walmart Soundwave, maybe with 2 more tapes.
Mm.
Like it could just be a straight reissue of that with more tapes. Buzzsaw, for instance. Buzzsaw that we've never gotten in that format yet. Give me a damn Buzzsaw, damn it.
Mhm.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I don't think this has a snowball's prayer of coming out, but the holographic robot that Hound made,
No.
and
No.
that
We have poo-pooed Dawn's weird
love it.
freaking
I would love it.
premonitions before and been wrong.
I would love to have
Oh.
that. I would love to have Autobot X. I would love to have the Masquerade combiner, like the
oh
repaint.
god,
I don't know why
we
I didn't
have
think
Brian, we have Stunnicon gift set now.
Yeah.
They can do that as Masquerade.
Yes, they could.
I don't know why I didn't think of it before. The headlamp obviously is going to be the purple griffin.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. It'll be a purple Shatterglass Skylinks, Commander class Skylinks. That's what it'll be.
That could look cool too, though.
I would take it.
Yeah.
Ask yourself, what would Xilinx do, and you will not go far wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jared said he reminded me of the name Halonix Maximus. I think is the given name for that.
Yeah, retroactively.
Now, Manny Kara said what I was thinking originally: a crashed Ark and Volcano playset like they did for that Dinobot set a couple years ago.
cardboard.
The pop-up book
yeah.
one for SDC in like
That-
2014.
it pops
10 years
it,
ago.
Yeah, it opens up to be the Volcano front playset where you can stage all these mini bots and these characters in front of a giant backdrop.
Honestly, I think doing a play set like that for Transformers would be kind of like doing the Ghost Rider Hell Charger for Marvel Legends.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Sean says a new Stars base. Like, I don't have a dispute with that idea, Sean. I just don't think they'll do it. No, I mean, Matt's logic with Devastator is really solid. And if it is something other than that, I will genuinely be surprised. I think he's probably the closest to nailing the spirit of their intention.
Yeah.
It may end up being something else, but like I think Matt's on the best course here.
But,
If
you know,
they do it,
And if they can nail a six combiner, like a 6-member combiner, that opens up the doors for Leo Kaiser if they decide to go back to Japanese stuff. Too.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I know it's not. Going back to what Don said, though, I know it's not Hasbro. It was Kenner, not Hasbro at the time. But they did that Boulder Hill playset. Transformers never got anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that Boulder Hill playset was actually either going to be reworked into the Iron Mountain playset for Visionaries, or it was worked into Boulder Hill. It went one way or the other, but what's in that Boulder Hill playset was on the board to be used for the Visionaries playset.
Boulder Hill goes for less than I expected that it would, to be honest with you.
That was loaded down with play features too. That was actually a big good toy.
Let me see. Speaking, well, just while I'm looking, I want to see like the things that I'm missing from Inhumanoids, like how much they go for now. See if the prices have settled down.
Oh, that's something else I would love to see them announce is a new Inhumanoids line.
That's not
after they do Visionaries. After Visionaries.
Mandy, yes, Devastator is from 1985. Devastator premiered in the show at the end of season 1, but like season 1 and season 2, a lot of people just like run them together. So like it's all.
Oh, they're not.
It's
the
all
same.
Like
they're
I said,
not.
They're
Not. But people really do conflate them a lot. Like everything before the movie is 1984 for all functional, practical purposes.
Well, and they never
say.
specifically stated it's going to be from 1984.
Right. It's just a celebration of the 40th anniversary.
To celebrate the 40th anniversary.
But I would, yeah.
I wish Marvel G1 was included in that, so we would finally get Spanner.
Big Red.
That would be a hell of a.
Big Red.
I would take a Titan class Spanner, quite frankly, but
Oh, okay.
HasLab Planet Cybertron.
With as hard of a time as they got
with Unicron,
getting Unicron funded, they will never do a Promise.
I didn't say Promise. I said Planet Cybertron.
Yeah.
Only if they include Victor Carol Caroli. I can never pronounce
Caroli.
If only if they include sound chips with his opening narration, that would have to be like a given.
Blade Raider says, "I've got it. HasLab Energon Unicron. It's the 20th anniversary next year."
Oh, cool. Yeah. Sure.
You know what? Even with the FOMO, I probably still wouldn't buy that toy this time either.
You never got that one?
What, the HasLab?
No, the Energon Unicron.
Oh no, I never got the Energon Unicron.
Okay.
I thought about it last time at TFCon, but
I love it.
Somebody saved me from myself.
I love it.
How much was it? Do you remember?
I think it was like $200, but it was loose.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how much I paid for mine. I got it from Mandarake. It's still in the box.
Nice.
Yeah. It's up on the shelf. I display my loose Unicrons without the wings. They just get pulled off.
The only thing I want is if they announce Devastator, all I'm asking is please do the orange one first.
Well, no, there's only going to be one.
There's only going to be one if it's a HasLab, Don, because they don't repaint.
Oh, that's right, HasLab.
Give like you have a choice. You buy do it they have the mold. They could theoretically do a different version depending on which one you want.
Well, I mean, yeah, because HasLab's never been redone before. Titans have, obviously, but I don't know. I'm trying to sit here thinking of something that would absolutely wow us. That would not be anything we've supposed at this point, and I can't think of anything. I mean, I would love to see like the Decepticon underwater base, or
playsets just are not a great fit for Transformers, unfortunately.
It's a scale issue. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna end the stream for people watching live. By the way, because I'm gonna go to bed in a few minutes. I gotta do some work before people watching live. Ending the stream. Thank you for being here. We love you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. So I'm going to say goodbye to Twitch first. And then I'm going to say to all you folks on the YouTubes, we'll say goodbye to you next. Goodbye, YouTube. And YouTube is